In the late 70s, Volkswagen tried to increase U.S. sales by building the compact Rabbit in Pennsylvania. But that Rabbit turned out to be too American and suffered in both quality and performance. It just wasn't a German car anymore. Now VW has set high U.S. sales goals again, and again they're launching a more American-focused car, the all-new 2011 Jetta. So let's see if this time around Volkswagen's found the American road to success. For starters, the 6th generation 2011 Volkswagen Jetta will be built in North America, only this time around down south Mexico way. While the previous Jetta was already large by compact standards, the new car is larger still. Overall length and wheelbase each grow by about 3 inches, but surprisingly, the new Jetta is actually lighter than before. Styling is more sophisticated with a grown-up appeal, but still, thankfully, with a hint of adventure. The revamped front end presents the new face of VW. A smaller, high-gloss black grille flanked by trapezoidal headlamps creates a nice contrast, while down below is a sporty tray-shaped spoiler. The Jetta's profile claims a smooth flow and a substantial presence. Strong character lines give it a look that's more mid-sized than compact. The rear view is also more sculpted than before, and the new taillights have more appeal than the previous car. Depending on trim, Jetta rides on 15, 16, or 17-inch wheels. The 5-person cabin has swelled considerably. Roomier in every direction, Jetta joins the Chevy Cruze, an approaching mid-size class passenger room. However, the overall feel of the interior is not quite as inviting as the previous Jetta. Materials appear cheaper and are harder, and there's even been some decontenting, presumably to cut cost and compete with Asian rivals. Still, the instrument panel layout is familiar VW, smart, tactile, and quite ergonomic. Controls for climate and stereo have been simplified. The 5-inch touchscreen is as intuitive to operate as the best aftermarket navs. Front seats are all-day comfortable. Our up-level SEL trim had seat heat as part of the convenience package. The 60/40 folding rear seat area is really impressive and claims best-in-class legroom. The trunk is also larger, with 15.5 cubic feet of space. That's about 25% more than a Civic or Corolla. Jetta is less changed under the hood. With 4 engine choices for North America, base is an underwhelming 2-liter 4-cylinder with 115 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. However, most cars will use a tweaked 2.5-liter 5-cylinder unit rated at 170 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Coming soon is VW's 2-liter 140 horsepower turbo diesel i4 with a promised 40 mile-per-gallon fuel economy. And next spring, the GTI's 200 horsepower 2-liter turbo 4 will arrive in a Jetta GLI. 0 to 60 is an estimated 6.7 seconds. All current trims use a standard 5-speed manual gearbox. Optional is a 6-speed torque converter automatic. TDI and GLI models will be available with a more advanced DSG transmission. Our 2.5 SEL automatic proved fairly peppy, but certainly not overwhelming. Shifts were smooth, but are rushed to get into more efficient gearing. So passing always means waiting for a downshift or two. The payoff for that wait, however, are healthy government fuel economy ratings of 24 city, 31 highway on regular gas. Likewise, the energy impact score is a modest 12.7 barrels of oil consumed per year, with a smallish carbon footprint of 6.9 annual tons of CO2 emitted. As to the chassis, the Jetta moves backwards from an all-independent rear suspension to a semi-independent torsion beam, a simpler stability control, and hydraulic rather than electric power steering. Also, S and SE models give up 4-wheel disc brakes for rear drums. But despite these downgrades, turn-ins are still crisp, as the Jetta is quite responsive overall. Body roll is composed as the car shows itself to be very capable and, yes, sporty. It doesn't feel noticeably larger when driving it and is more entertaining to drive than even the well-regarded Civic. And it's even less expensive than last year. The 2011 Jetta begins at $16,755 for the S, $18,955 for the Volume SE, and $22,155 for the up-level SEL. The TDI will start at $23,755. The new Jetta clearly has a bigger American personality, but fortunately its German roots are still very apparent. We think that careful blending will indeed increase U.S. appeal and take the 2011 Volkswagen Jetta down a winning road.